Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and a doctoral student of psychology. Today, I want to talk about the struggles attractive men have, okay? And we're going to talk about one particular struggle. This is very common. And a lot of men actually are not aware of this because they were not taught that this is something that they have to navigate. A lot of women are taught, oh, other women are jealous of you. Not many men do. So what they actually do is they take that, a man being jealous or competitive towards them, and they say, oh, maybe it's just him having a bad day. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I'm bad at my job, without actually thinking there's another psychological dynamic happening here. Is envy, jealousy, competitiveness, desire to be you to such an extent where they might even mimic you. And these things are important because it affects a lot of men, not just romantically, career-wise. Your boss, by the way, this is very common. I'm saying this as someone who I have, a majority of my cases that are males have struggled with this, right? Where his boss is taking credit for his job or his work. And my patient or my client, if it's a consultant call, will just let that happen because he thinks that's the way it's supposed to be, or I can't do anything. I don't know why he does that. It's jealousy, and understanding that will help him to at least be aware you're competent. You can do his job. You can do a better job, get a better job if you need to. These are important. And so the first one is that you have a particular area you're extremely competent in. If you are a guy and this is a case, it doesn't matter if you don't think anyone's jealous of you. Biologically, men, this matters a lot, and we'll put the research also in the description box. However, it's very important to realize that competence is very tied to your biological component, evolutionary psychology, and social psychology. What do I mean by social psychology? Social psychology is a study not just of interpersonal connections and group communication, but groups, society. Why is this so important? Competent men for as long as time are typically the one that gets women. He's the one that gets better positions. Now he's the one that gets better jobs. Competent men are what men aspire to be. They get everything that humans need to survive. Competent men get that more. So an extremely competent man, no matter what, is going to ruffle some feathers. It's just the way it is. It's the way we are made. And why is the other man getting jealous? Because that's his biological wiring. Because it's his system saying, I can be outcompeted by this man. It's just the way it is, and we cannot deny that or fight that. This is the way we are made. If you're looking for more exclusive content from me that might be a little bit more controversial or will touch on maybe expansive topics, we do have a group for that. We do so many other things in that as well, but I do post videos that are a little more exclusive on there. And that is our group that's pinned in the comments. And if you'd like to join, it is $10 a month. And the next one is also very interesting. So this research was psychology regarding charisma, and it's very important. I've talked about this before because I love it, but it's very important to realize that a lot of men who speak this particular format of telling about themselves in a more story format, which we will talk about that format in a bit, is attractive, competent, and is magnetic. Leadership skills, right? Charisma and leadership, very important. The format is typically that he has some sort of issue that he presents, some way that it affects him personally, and then how he resolved it. People can realize this man is competent. He has an issue. Now he's struggling. We have this crossroad, and suddenly he's able to resolve it. This is amazing. This guy is talented. He's competent. Women will find him so attractive, and you're able to tell a story in that way. It's not bragging. A lot of men get afraid, think it's bragging. It's not bragging. What males are biologically for is a lot of times that strong competitiveness, right? And it's not that he's pushing other men aside and saying, I'm the best. He's saying, this is what I am capable of. It's okay to do that. It's what you're supposed to do. And it's healthy for you because you are capable of that. In fact, I believe that a lot of men are discouraged to do that, which is why there are rise in depression. There's rise in SI for men. Men are struggling with relationships because the very format of what makes men happy and strong and desirable it's not allowed. There's nothing wrong with a man saying, I'm good at this, or I did this, or I solved a problem. That's great. It's a good thing. And all of you guys have solved problems. That's what you are biologically and psychologically made for. You have solved problems that maybe another person did not. That's a point. And so I would like you, if you have solved problems, tell people, share it with other people. Don't be ashamed of who you are. People will be drawn to you rather, okay? Because this is the guy that all men want to be like, typically based on research, okay? The next one is unwavering confidence in passion or goals. Unwavering confidence. Even if maybe there's some difficulties, maybe there's some, I don't know, there's blockages, there's barriers. He still wants to do it. Passion shows autonomy and identity. Unwavering confidence shows self-esteem, which improves attraction based on research. But that unwavering confidence also shows I can do this. I'm competent. And women like that. Men want to be that. Okay. The next one is you are able to match people's tone and emotion, which shows social awareness and empathy. Based on research, this is very important. It's interesting. Okay. And this is the part that can be confusing because it doesn't, people think you have to be a very happy, very loud spoken man to do this. No, there are lots of men who might be perceived as more stoic or more put together and is still able to do this. All that it means, as if, let's say a woman is crying, right? And maybe she's your wife, right? It's not some random woman. She's crying. At this moment, you realize, okay, this is not the best time to admit that maybe I'm also frustrated that she keeps throwing the towel on the floor. Maybe at this moment, it's not the best idea. It's very simple. It seems very basic, but it's important to realize this research shows this, right? You are able to match that tone, emotion. You might say, hey, I'm sorry. Thank you for sharing. You're able to lower that tone. At the same time, if another man, for example, is getting a little bit more, maybe he's getting more aggressive. You don't have to match it right away, get into a screaming match, unless that's your thing. I'm not going to judge you. But you're thinking, okay, I understand this person's tone. I understand this emotion. What do I want to do with it? This guy, he doesn't seem very reasonable. I'm going to back off. You have that social awareness. I don't want to have this conversation right now. You put that standard for yourself, but also for him. It's a boundary, and that's very attractive. The next one is very important. In a conversation, you use their name as a form of respect and recognition, okay? So my name's Anber. So someone might say, hey, I appreciate you doing that. Thanks, Anber. It thinks, okay, I heard that even more. It makes me hear what you said even more. Let's say your name is Jim. Somebody says, good job, Jim. You're going to hear that even more. Jim did a good job. By you as the person using people's names, you are showing I respect you and I'm a respectable person. Because the truth is when somebody says someone's name, good job, Jim, for example, not only are you saying I feel good, let's say Jim feels good, you also say, wow, this person who said good job, Jim, he's a confident guy. He's the leader. He's the one that's really showing up. He's not shy, right? He's strong. And a lot of people appreciate that. Now, the last one is positive humor to connect with others. This research was 2017, and it is a large sample. It's a very large sample, 15K total, a little more of this. And that's why this one is, I put it last because I didn't want to put too much time into it. And if I put it in the front, I would probably ramble. So we're just going to say that what we saw is the role of humor in romantic relationships, particularly for men, is incredibly beneficial, promotes connection, but it's usually if it's positive humor. Now, if it's negative, associating with at your expense, right? Some men do that because they're trying not to ruffle feathers, make people mad. Maybe you're just trying to be playful, but if you continuously do it at your expense, what you actually are teaching other people subconsciously is that you think it's okay to put yourself down. They will do it as well. But if you make positive humor, make light of it, maybe it's at no one's expense, but you're just good at the charisma, etc. A lot of people find that very attractive and it's very helpful. And the result of this is actually very interesting. So interesting. I really love this, is that this type of humor actually correlates to long-term relationship longevity. This is so interesting. So relationships that have a longer lasting, if they're longer lasting and happy, by the way, they're satisfied, often the male partner has some sort of humor. The female partner is very receptive as well. We don't want it to be male partner is very friendly and, having humor and then she's bitter and not receptive. She's receptive, right? We want receptive, okay? And so the research is going to be in the description box. I hope this video is helpful to somebody. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.